Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining me today. I am Susan Winter, and today I'm very excited to talk about the concept of how we experience love. This is vitally important for me, and I wanted to take a deeper turn in many of the programs that we do on these special live shows because I want you to be aware of the love that you may be missing. Chances are very good that people are showing you, even the partner that you think doesn't love you, are giving you concrete examples of love, but you're missing it. And you're also probably unaware of how to activate the feeling of love and contentment in your own life on your own. So thank you, all of you who are subscribers. If you're not a subscriber yet, please do so and click the little bell button to get the notifications of when a new show is coming up or a new video is being released. I have so many wonderful people here that are YouTube members of my family. Remember, all of you, the Dating Games Guide is on sale for another 1 day. It's marked down to $39, 10 hours of material with an AI-driven, just say or type the word in every single dating game in a free app in your back pocket. It's $39 through tomorrow. However, all of my members always, my YouTube family members always get the discount. So the fans, friends, and the family of my YouTube membership will always get discounts to all the products and services. So make sure you check the member portal because it's in there. And YouTube family members, we're having our Zoom Fest in 2 weeks, 3 o'clock here on Zoom, right after the live show on the 23rd, on Thursday. So go to your portal under your category. Now, let's talk about love. Valentine's Day is coming up next week, but this conversation is evergreen. And there are so many wonderful people here today. I'm going to answer all of your questions. Let me get through this basic material. Then in about 3 or 4 minutes, if you have something, start to put it into super chat. Okay, there are many different kinds of love. I'm going to categorize the 2 versions because of this channel. Most of you are here because you're interested in romantic love. But again, the body cannot distinguish between general love and romantic love. So I know you want romantic love. I'll break that down for you. But I'm also talking about how to feel the contentment of love, which for so many people who are not in partnership or are struggling in their relationship is something vitally important. So here we go. Dr. Helen Fisher, love this lady, done tons of research on the science of love. And there are 3 different segments of love. There's lust, attraction, and there is attachment. Now, in the lust, sexual hormones. You've got estrogen and testosterone. Okay, that's one thing. And we know lust is not love. It feels like love. It's very powerful, but it's not. The attraction. Here's what sets off when you're attracted to somebody. You know how you feel peppy and like there's hope and the sky is brighter? You are getting saturated with dopamine, norepinephrine, and serotonin. These are the happy drugs. That's why when you have a breakup, you feel depressed. I mean, your system has gone from high to it's negative. So any of you who know you have too much coffee and you crash, or you do some little recreational drug and you crash, it's rough. So this is what we're getting in the attraction phase. And attachment is oxytocin and vasopressin. Now, this is the chemical version of romantic love. So you've got chemistry going on that you really can't control. That's happening inside your system. So you are being rewarded for feeling love, okay? But now let's talk about the emotional components of love. And most of you know this. And there are degrees of love that each person is capable of giving and absorbing. We know that. Some people cannot love, won't love, fear loving, won't open up, and no matter who you are, no matter how wonderful you are not going to break down those walls. And other people cannot accept your love. They're dying to be loved, but they are blocked. You can't fix that, okay? So the emotional qualities of love are that you accept the whole of the person, you feel safe and secure, you feel okay about yourself, and there's a willingness to overcome obstacles. Now, you could feel this in your family, in friendships, things like that. But I want you to remember that it's always here. Now, let's talk about how you experience love. Not all of you have a partner today who is going to be providing love for you. Some of you do, and you may miss it. In a case like that, I would ask you to reread the different love languages, because I bet day in and day out, the partner that you assume doesn't really love you does. Here's something for you to listen to. I remember asking when I was younger, I did stupid things like ask my boyfriend, "Do you love me?" A very stupid question, because you're not going to want, if you have to ask, you don't want to hear the answer, right? But I remember asking one boyfriend, "Do you love me?" And you know what he said? "I'm here, aren't I?" It didn't feel rewarding to me in that way. He was there. Somehow I was missing it. But I missed the juice that I wanted. But what I also missed is that, yes, day in and day out, he made a decision to be there. And I mistook that for nothing. And it was a choice. He didn't have to be faithful, didn't have to see me, didn't have to spend time with me, didn't have to listen to me, didn't have to engage with me, didn't have to care how I felt, didn't have to go out with me. He didn't have to do any of that. And I missed it because I was looking for, I don't know, some fireworks or something or other. Is that your case? There are all sorts of ways that we may miss a person doing a kindness for us. You know, in today's time period of people being selfish and preoccupied and overwhelmed with tasks and things to do, they don't have to do anything for you. Anybody can honestly say, "I'm too busy." And it's true. If they help you by picking up a medication for you or taking you to the airport or picking you up from the airport, that's an expression of affection. It would fall under, service, right? I've got Nika hair in my nose. Oh my God, Nika. Nika's everywhere. She's lying over in the corner. But I want to now talk about those of you who maybe don't have a partner, and maybe you're separated from your family or friends, or you're angry with your friends, or you're not talking to somebody right now, or you feel like everybody's got love and you don't. All right. So you know that the body cannot distinguish the difference between giving and receiving love. This is wild. When I built my dream home in New Jersey, I had no friends. I was not working. Any friends that I had were appalled because I started to live a lifestyle that they didn't understand. I started to, dress differently, and I was finding myself. And I was so lonely. And I remember a woman I was deeply lonely. My father was dead. I was not close to my mother. She lived 3,000 miles away. We didn't have social media. I really was completely on my own in a place where people didn't like me because I was from New York. I had a beautiful house, and, they didn't want to like me. Okay. So I understand now where that comes from. But at the time, I took it very personally. And I remember saying to a lady that I just had this gaping hole inside me and this yearning for love. And she said, "Go do something nice." I'm like, "No, I want somebody to do something nice for me." And she's like, "No, go to a soup kitchen, go volunteer or something like that." And it's a crazy story, but there was a little bird that fell out of its nest. And I thought, "Oh my God, the mother's never going to find it." And so I borrowed a ladder from a neighbor I didn't know. And I found some surgical gloves in my house that I used for dyeing my hair. Oh, yeah, it's just natural, all of it, all of it. And so I put the surgical gloves on so that, I wouldn't have the human scent. And I found a way to get up and put that little bird back in the little nest. I felt so happy the entire day. I felt so good. And compassion, just expressing compassion, can give us the dopamine, serotonin, all these good feelings about life. Now, I didn't do that to feel happy or good, but I did it and I discovered it. And we overlook this. It doesn't have to be burdensome. It's so interesting, the power of compassion. There was a man that I knew, my boyfriend's father hated humanity. He'd been through so many wars. He'd had people screw him over. He'd seen, currency go down. This man who hated humans every day made sure that no matter how poorly he was walking, would go to the butcher store and get the finest cuts of meat ground to leave for the stray dogs. He wasn't in a position where he could take them in, and also food for the cats. He was compassionate. That was his good feeling for the day. Now, I want all of you to get a hit of some really good stuff. I'm going to show you a picture. All right? This is Nika. And those of you who are my members, Gnarly Cat, you've got a little picture of Nika. All of you, this is my doggie. When you look at this picture, how do you feel? Right? This is Nika. Now, dogs don't necessarily love being picked up. These two little girls I discovered on my walk around the golf course, and they were visiting their grandpa. They were obsessed with Nika because she, saw something small enough that she could play with. She ran in circles. She was so happy. She made them so happy. And they could not get enough of her. So I brought her over and over and over again. They picked her up. They kissed her. They played with her. And Nika was very good. She's not used to being around little kids. So do you not feel happy looking at this? Can you not feel the joy of the children and the dog? And the dog is she's the touchstone. And I know it sounds silly, but this dog made these little girls happy. And looking at the photo that the grandpa gave me makes me feel happy. It makes me feel happy. So the next day, because they missed Nika so much, I brought them a photo. And I signed it with my left hand, which is what I do when I'm trying to sign things like a dog. And I said, please don't forget me. My new friends, I love you, Nika the Pomsky. I'm a dog, and I put it in a little envelope. And I gave it to them because we don't know when they're going to come back again. But they were so sweet. And this is just a moment in life. It doesn't involve a partner. It doesn't involve romance. It's just one of these things that activates the feeling of love, contentment, and life. And believe it or not, these situations are with us all the time. So if coming up to this Valentine's Day, you are starting to feel everybody's partnered but me, everybody's got a family but me, everybody's got somebody, and you just really get down in the dumps, do something that's compassionate, that feels good to you. Do something, take a service, an action, speak to somebody, go talk to somebody who's older, who's got nobody who cares for them anymore. I mean, I'm thinking of taking Nika to nursing homes just because I see how they light up when they see dogs and animals and people. When we give love and kindness, we experience love. So please, when you're thinking about the concept of love, I want everybody to expand beyond the romantic, because I don't want you to be missing daily signs of love all around you and learning how to enjoy the warmth of a friend, a neighbor, a kindness. It is so funny, but we look at human beings, and those of you dating are like, oh my God, they ghost you, the people are horrible. I'm here ranting about the bad, no politeness and horrific behavior with each other. And yet there are these wonderful moments of kindness that people exhibit. And we feel good receiving it. It restores our sense of humanity, and they feel good giving it. So if somebody, I'm going to challenge those of you who don't want to be a burden to people, the really nice, the people pleasers, the more codependent people that are like always giving, but you can't receive. Let somebody give to you. I know it's uncomfortable. Somebody wants to do something for you. You're like, oh, I don't want you to bother, blah, blah, blah. Allow them to give it because they want to feel happy. They don't even know it yet, but giving to you will make them feel happy. It has been very hard. The generosity of the people that come on here. Sometimes I'm overwhelmed and I'm like, oh my goodness, I hope they can, they gave me a lot of money. Oh my God, I feel badly. I hope they're okay. I've got to accept it. And I've got to let them know how happy I am. And that's one thing for me, and all of you, you've sent me wonderful things that you do here. So remember, you're in a safe community here. Talk to your friends here. And YouTube family members, Gnarly Cat, and I know the other family members, look into the member portal for your section. You're going to find the link to the Zoom. Now, I'm here for you. What do you want to ask me? Do you have any questions about love, romance? Put it in Super Chat. If not, I'm going to grab what I can and ask away because I'm here for you today. Mary Jane, happy that you can catch this live. Away from all the love jargons and more about the entire experience. Love tends to be all around us. And the more we focus on noticing it, the more we're going to notice it. Okay? Jesse, hi, how are you? Happy to catch a coaching live. Thank you, Edward. Hi, Elizabeth. John, Belle of the Desert, Florida Roadways. Women are the boss, including Susan. Thank you. Nice meeting you on live again, M.A. Ricci is here. Hi, Ricci, one of my clients, and she took my first group course. Oh, that was wonderful. Learning how to team drive a 15 wild female horses. It was wonderful. Hi, Ricci. Happy Valentine's Day. Happy You're Alive Day. Happy to everybody. Love Helen Fisher. I agree, Elizabeth. I love the lamp in the background. I love your lamp in the background more than my ex. Thank you. Gnarly Cat. Hi. San Marcos, Texas. Hi, John. Okay, Carrie. Gnarly Cat. Carrie. I love the bird story, CC. Okay, B. I totally understand to feel good about saving animals. Yep. I mean, animals, it's our responsibility to take care of them. Little ones, too. They rely upon us. We've got to do the right thing. And B had opened up her home to a Ukrainian family. It may still be open as far as I know. And that's wonderful. Ed, how do you think we can execute healthy, loving repair in a relationship conflicts when we're dealing with the emotional crash? Wait, let me just read this again. How do you think we can execute healthy, loving repair in relationship conflicts? The emotional, Ed, the emotional crash in that it's a breakup or that they're no longer, that the relationship is so fractured you're not feeling good anymore? I'm guessing here. I would say go back to take a look at I did this video. I can't believe there are only like 25,000 views. It's so good. I use it as the basis for teaching my communication segment, but it's called Stop Arguing, Start Brainstorming or something like that. Go into a conflict resolution system where you separate the issue from the person. I teach this in the communication segment. When we have a conflict with a person, we tend to blame them. You didn't do this, you don't do that, you're always doing this, you're critical, you're this. And they're going to be defensive. Granted, they could be totally horrific and doing it on purpose to manipulate us. But let's take an example of a case of a person who is unaware or doesn't want to deal with it or doesn't want to take responsibility. So if you create the issue and put it on a table, meaning if you make it so that it's not about that person, but we have a problem. and you present it to your problem. So you get your partner to be an ally rather than an adversary, and look at the structural issue objectively. Like, I think we need to do this to get through this situation, because if you're having a breakdown, there are issues that have not been addressed, or you can't get through the loop of the arguing to get through to the other side. So relationships die because of resentments. And when we cannot get to conflict resolution, the relationship will hit an exhaustion level where one or both just go, that I'm out. I can't stand doing this over. Nothing gets fixed. I'm always arguing. It's not, we went from happy to unhappy. So instead of focusing on the partner's part in it, just say, this is the situation, and then offer your opinion. I think, what if we, blah, 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 try this, this, and this? It seems to me that that might work because it will, blah, 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 benefit, create a benefit to the union. What do you think? Now you actively engage your partner. Again, they're going to shut you down in the beginning for a while. They will. But if you need training on this, please book a session with me. I'm sorry, I've still got that pulled hamstring. If you need some help, I can help you do this. But there is a format to get through to the conflict resolution and not make your partner frustrated and fight you even further. I hope that helps. Then you start to feel better. Okay, any questions, anybody? I walk dogs in the morning, weekdays, and they are so loving. I'm happy doing it. Jennifer, I agree. You know, I got a dog. I got my Samoyed. Nika is a mini version of a Samoyed, but I got my Samoyed and I suddenly had something to love. And it was, the northern dogs they're not lap dogs. They're very independent. They're loving, but they're not going to, they don't curl up in your lap. Some do, but mine have been female. Perhaps if I got a male, it'd be different, but they're female and they're sweet, but they're not overly affectionate. Nika is far more affectionate. The poor thing. I must kiss this dog no less than 25 to 50 times a day. I mean, and she allows it. She kind of has a tolerance where she's like, oh God. But the first 15 to 20 minutes of every morning, I'm hugging or stroking or kissing Nika. Now, her love language is play with yellow ball or blue ball. We just got blue ball blown up yesterday, so she's already looking at me. She's heard that. So that's her love language, food and play. My love language is touch, kiss, like that. But she puts up with it, and we work it out between the two of us. Let me see. Happy is the word, and joy is right. Okay, very nice picture. Let's see. Romantic love is the only type portrayed in movies and is so limiting. Absolutely, Escamat, absolutely. As I am growing up, I realized that love is much more. Love for family, animals, work, art, social cause. It's much bigger than we think. Correct. Think of this. Love of an ideal. How many people have died for a cause, gladly sacrificed their life? In Ukraine today, fighting for freedom. How many individuals in Iran have stood up to fight for a woman's freedom? I mean, all throughout the world, even in Hong Kong, and being executed because of it. So people fight for the right to have a choice and freedom. They love because they are committed and love an ideal, a construct, a way of life. And we all have things: our homeland, our family, our work, our purpose, joy, beauty, the climate, the world. And love is really in so many places, and I just don't want you all to miss it, because we do, especially at this time of year, if you're watching in time as Valentine's Day is coming up, it can make people feel sad or lonely and thinking everybody's got love with themselves. And no, you can get it. It's right here, right now. And you know the funny thing, the more we activate it, the more we become accustomed to it, the more we look at it, the more we see it, the more we magnetize it, the more we attract it. That's how it goes. It's just whatever we look at grows, good and bad. Now ask me some questions, please, so I know how to serve you today. I'm here for you. Oh, Cece, I have Siamese rescue cats, and they give me so much joy. Nika misses Jean P. I know Jean P has lots of we have one of her long toys here. Nika, do you like Jean P? She's just chilling. She's just resting over there. My boyfriend has been pulling away from our relationship, which was okay with me because I wanted to break up, but oh, good God. Now I found out I'm pregnant. Should I try to work things out? Wow. Okay, so why don't you first decide how you feel about the pregnancy, first of all? And then, is that pregnancy contingent upon having a partner? What is more important? Do you want to be pregnant? Do you not want to be pregnant? Are you ready for a child? Are you not ready for a child? Are you madly in love with your partner? Did you break up because you were in love and you just got into fights over and over again? Or did you break up because there's really no love left? I think you should tell your partner. This could be a beautiful moment. I don't know how old you are. I hope you're not a teenager, but children do not make relationship better. They can make it more stressful, especially in the first couple of years. But if you ever had a reason to go back in and sort it out, this would be it. I think you actually need counseling with a therapist, and if you want relationship advice, I'm happy to do that for you too. But this is a very pivotal choice in your life, and I think you need to do some deep digging on it and research, okay? ASAP, because it's got to be quick. Because if you're going to make an alternative decision, you need to have time to do so, okay? And thank you for writing this out. I do appreciate that. Thanks for recognizing Iranian people's fight against violation of human rights. Absolutely. I'm gorgeous in red. Thank you, Silver Screen. Okay, let's see. Do we have anything else here? Dallas-Fort Worth, Texas now, but from Dutchess County, New York. Okay, are there any other questions for me? Are we done for the day? Nope. Tell me how you experience love. Okay, you've been doing it so far. Please read my question above. Miss Jen, don't know where you are. If you really want me to see it, please put it in a super chat. Hi, Susan. I was very sad. I was vulnerable to a new crush. We spent a lot of time together since we met last month. He says it's too early to commit. He does not want to cut off everyone. What do I do? It's a 1-month relationship. He's not sure. You are definitely in lust and or attraction. You're not in love. You have to know that. And that's the awareness that will give you a little bit of objectification here of the situation itself, not of him, of the situation. You will not die. Your life will not be destroyed. Yeah, you're just getting to know this person. I have a feeling you might not have had a discussion about what you want. I urge all of you to consider hardballing. And it sounds like an aggressive term, but it is basically owning your truth. When you meet somebody, tell them your romantic goals. Set the terms of engagement ASAP, and you will not have to run through stuff like this. Doesn't mean that you will be attracted to them. Doesn't mean that the two of you will be an item. But it does mean that you will let them know if you are looking for a relationship and you are not looking to date casually. It will let them know that, hey, you're not the one to start with. If all they're looking for is fun and to hang out, and you know you're sensitive and you know that you catch feelings and you know that you're integrated, don't start with that kind of person. So I have a buzzword that's going to go all through 2023, and I just did psychology today, and there were all these great people and therapists and my colleagues saying all this stuff we've said so many times, and it's true. Be intentional in your dating, trust yourself, have confidence, have resilience, all these wonderful things. And I came up with something very just kind of like different and sideways, but it's called be a great filterer. Filter, 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 filter. I want you all, as you encounter, those of you who are newly dating, trying to find love, have been burnt by casual relationships, whatever, identify what it is that you want. Express it in your online profile. Express it to the people you meet. Doesn't mean it's going to be with them. Say it and make sure that you can understand from them what they want. And if it matches, continue to see them if you like them. And if it doesn't, move on. Filter, filter, filter people who don't want what you want. You can't change what somebody wants. If somebody wants to date casually and see other people, you can't change that. They're not ready for a commitment. Chances are, and ask yourself honestly, they probably kind of let you know that in the beginning, didn't they? Yeah, I'll hang out. Yeah, I'm not really looking for anything serious. All right? Did they tell you, I'm absolutely locked and loaded and ready for a relationship. I can't wait to find my other person? I don't think they said that. Or if they said that and tell you they're not sure, you still move on. We can't make somebody want us. We can't make them want what we want. We've all tried, right? Haven't you all tried with somebody in your past that you now call an ex because you were exasperated from being with them? Great question. Okay, shoot me up in it. Oh, let's see. John Moreno, I'm so happy I found this channel a while back and just absorbed the information here. Thank you for the wisdom you shared. John, you are welcome. Patricia, you're so interesting. I love that. Thank you. It'd be great to have a friend like that. You all are talking to each other. Gwyneth, thank you for helping Elizabeth find the subscribe button. Any questions? Okay, wonderful commentary here. Let's see. Thanks for recognizing. Okay, I did that. Let's see. Okay, for those who didn't experience healthy love yet, how does it feel? Oh, this is a great question. With all the red flags outlined, how do you know how true healthy love is? Thank you, Susan. You are a gift to us. Rexy, I'll tell you what a lady told me in the laundry room, because I interview people all the time. When I'm bored or don't have a conversation, I'm just trying to chit chat with somebody. Instead of topical stuff, I'll ask them questions, and they love to talk. And I asked a woman once, she said, oh, I'm doing my laundry and I'm getting engaged. And I said, oh. I said, what was different about this one? And she turned to me and she said, it was so easy. I can't believe how I struggled in the past to make something work. It was so easy. That is one of the signs of healthy. The two of you match. You're not walking on eggshells. You're not terrified to communicate to them. You feel safe. You feel secure. You don't feel anxious. You don't feel terrified. You feel okay in their presence. That is what a healthy love feels like. Right, B and Gwyneth? That's what it feels like. Okay, let's see. I want to make sure that I get all of these. Okay, so that's for you, Rexy. Okay, dating question from one of my YouTube members. I have a dating question. How is a person wanting you only for sex and another wanting you only for marriage different? I met a person who I feel wouldn't care to know me as a person otherwise. Okay, so There are two possibilities here. Somebody wants you for sex and somebody wants you for marriage. It's about as different as day and night. um, Sex is like it's like eating dessert. Okay, they just want the good stuff. They want the benefit. They want fun. They want sex. They want light. They don't want a relationship. They don't want the responsibility. Somebody who wants you for marriage looks at you and sees you as a viable option. This is somebody I could really love. This is somebody I admire. This is somebody I want to spend my life with. This is somebody I want to dedicate my heart to create a family with. It's a big, big, big difference. Now, hopefully, the person who wants you in marriage also wants you sexually and romantically. That's part of the marriage design. So we need to have all of it. But they're very different constructs. One is light and fun and no responsibility, really, ultimately. And the other is full on, I'm here for you. I hope that helps you. Okay, let's see. What else do we have here? I don't experience love until trust is established and have trouble enjoying the honeymoon phase because I'm always experiencing the mask to slip. How can I be a better judge of character to trust sooner? Well, you got to filter, but you've also got to trust yourself. You know, so what you're telling me is that you can't really trust them. Everybody's looking for the magic bullet. Everybody wants the, okay, the minute I see this, I bail. I know it's no good. I can't. People are good nowadays. The best I can tell you to do is to try to trust the process and go in. And when you see the red flags, speak about it. Okay? Ask them out. You're a member for a month. I should have been more clear. Only want the marriage for their family, no real connection. Oh, well, that doesn't work for you, right? That's you're looking for a good connection, but you want the marriage. So right now you have an either or. You have somebody who wants to marry for their family and somebody wants to be with you sexually. Okay, we need option number 3. We need option number 3 that states, I want marriage that will please my family, be good for me, and I want to be attracted and feeling sexy around this person. So neither one are good. Look for the third option. Okay? Perfect. 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 Goal is to find a partner in the first quarter of 2023. Not sure how that'll work. Well, Priya, you are focused. Do you have your mission statement down when you meet people? Can you succinctly, like Richie and everybody else, I put them through the drill of being able to speak man and say to somebody in a matter of about 30 words what they're looking for in a way that doesn't turn them off. You've got to be able to have your mission statement, state it quickly, not even hesitate. When they ask you questions, be prepared for things like what happened to your last relationship, what are you looking for, what do you envision as your future, do you want a family, do you want kids, do you want to live together, how do you feel about exclusivity? You got to know all those things, and it can happen very quickly. All right, Gwyneth, okay, super chat. She's helping everybody out here. Let me see. Patricia, your brilliant videos enabled me to take the handsome 23-year-old up on his proposition at 52. Been 10 months now. It's been very boosting, mutually respectful experience. Patricia Brown, this is wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Oh my God, fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. I love this. I'm so happy to read this. I will be coming out with a special, like the dating games guide, one for older women and younger men that's going to be AI driven. That's a compilation of all my videos on older women, younger men, and age gap relationships, along with the text. Most people don't bother to read. Most people couldn't care less. And I've got about 60 articles in my website. But you wouldn't want to dig through it unless the AI could find it. So that'll be coming out this summer. So keep open for that, because it'll also help you while you're negotiating stuff in the relationship. How would you handle Hunter Lockwood? What a great name. That's like such a Hollywood model name. How would you handle your roommate dating your recent ex? Really bad form. I can only imagine that you're not friends. You're friendly because of the situation of living together. but you're not dear friends, because that's kind of a no-go zone for real friends. You can't stop them, but that is disrespectful, and know that. I would make a rule, no exceptions. It's painful for me to see this. I want you to be happy, but it's a lot. Do me a favor, never, ever, ever bring her here. Don't be having sex with her here. Go to her place or get a hotel. Don't want to deal with this. Too painful. And I don't want to hear anything about it. And then 2, look for another living situation. That's just so uncool. Please tell me you're 19, barely 20. That breaks the bro code on every level. Guys, am I right? I mean, that's just like so uncool. Out of all the women in the world, you have to be that lazy. Don't worry, their relationship won't last, but oh my God. Oh my God. This is just horrible. I'd get a new roommate. Gnarly Cat, I'm with you on that one. Get a new roommate. That's really horrible. It's just like, that's a shitty thing to do all the way around. Silver Screen, I have a younger man hot on my trail. I'm not making it easy for him. I suspect he's only looking for a starter wife to breed with. Okay, not sure how to proceed. Silver Screen, have very explicit conversations. If somebody's making a hard run at you, ask them why. See what their design is compared to yours. In the class that Ricci attended, we took a whole week to talk about the a la carte design. What do you want? How do they match up with it? What are they looking for? Really evaluate this. They've got to come to the table and tell you what they want, and you have to see if that's what you want and be very clear. Doesn't sound like you're that interested in it. I mean, there are women that are a catch genetically, socially, intellectually, that any man with any sense of smarts that wants to have a family would look at and go, wow, she'd be a great mom, intelligent, great genes. That would be a perfect mother for my child. And if they're only thinking of you as a broodmare for their child, I'm sorry, I'm shifting around. This is really painful, this hamstring when I sit down. If they're only thinking of you as a broodmare and that's all they want, I mean, really? Do they bring you happiness? Are they going to be there for you? Otherwise, it's like, I'd move on. I mean, what kind of a thing is that? Oh, I just want you to father my child because you'd be a good candidate for genes. Not good. Not good. Okay, Hunter says, thank you, Susan. I was thinking the exact same thing, and it does hurt me, especially when I see him leave, knowing that he's going to be with her. We're both 25, by the way. Yeah. Okay, that was maybe acceptable at 18 or 19. As of now, he's an a-hole, and so is she. Give them to each other. Good luck. Let them be together. Get yourself around wonderful, positive, supportive people. Stay in this group. Stay with us. Understand what it's like to be with people that are normal and healthy and happy. Okay, worldwide. Is a disagreeable personality a death sentence for a relationship? Damn right. You're not going to make them a happy person. Inherently unhappy people are going to create an unhappy you. I don't care how much you think, my happiness can make them better. It's the same trap we all fell into at one point in our life. Didn't you all think, my love can heal them? My wonderful, wonderful 18-year-old client, I thought my love could fix her. I thought my love could heal her. No, baby, it's not going to. All the love in the world can't fix somebody with a sour disposition. You know what it'll do? It'll bring you down. The effort it takes to get somebody to be happy or smile or positive or work with you. Listen, life has enough crushing experiences as it is. And if we think that we can partner with somebody who is negative, closed, bitchy, impatient, nasty, and ever feel good, it's going to be a combative situation all the time. You are not going to be happy. Nobody talks about this. I've been on disposition for 8 years? How long have I been doing these? Since 2016. I mean, I have been talking about this for a long time. And you need to know that disposition is an inherent quality, and it has so much to do with how you get along in your relationships and how you experience happiness. Very good question. All right. Let's see. Great advice. Thank you, Silver Screen. Let's see. That disagreeable man will rapidly age a woman. True. 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 Love the accent. Thanks, Gnarly Cat. Okay. All right, everybody, are we good to go today? Martin says, I'm really having some discomfort here because I ripped my hamstring 2 weeks ago. It was a level 2 tear. So I didn't know this, but I have a hard time sitting for a long time for whatever reason. This is bothering me. Can a relationship benefit from a digital detox? Yeah, if there's micro cheating. If what you and your partner are seeing on Instagram or whatever, or reading, or people that you're following are throwing you off, yeah. I think everybody should. I wish we didn't have this at all. I mean, I love having these connections. I get so depressed every time I go on Instagram. I mean, unless I see a dog rescue story, pretty much I'm like, oh God, please stop telling us how incredible you are in your 7-figure business. Please stop showing me products I don't want. It's just like, blah, 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 blah. I mean, I liked Facebook better. We're not on it much anymore because I've got a millennial audience, but honestly, I'm just telling you, it's so unhealthy. $20. S Comet, you made me happy. I hope you're happy. S Comet says, sending good thoughts. I hope you feel well soon. Thank you for helping us grow. Mwah. And Silver Screen 999, thank you so much. I really, really appreciate this. I want you all, I've got an assignment for you, okay? Now, I want you all this week to be far more cognizant of where you feel love, even if it's you're expressing compassion, as these people have. Is it petting a dog? Is it talking to an older neighbor? Is it maybe bringing some soup to somebody that's unwell? Is it taking a walk in nature where you, Gwyneth, a little elfin woodland creature, reconnects with the magnitude of her spirit world and feels the vibrancy of all of life? What is it that gives you that feeling? We love it when it's in a partner, and that's great. But there will be times in our life where we don't have a partner, or the partner we have is not giving it to us. And despite our greatest efforts, it's not happening. Or we're in a transition with them where it's happening, but it's slowly. But you have to feed yourself in the meantime. Get with positive people that love you and support you. Give where it makes you feel happy, not where the reward is going to be necessarily an acknowledgement by other people, but doing something that makes you feel good. It's amazing compassion and appreciation of others, how that affects our understanding of love. I want to thank all of you today for joining me. Have a wonderful, wonderful Valentine's Day with or with a partner. Thank you for your generosity. Thank you, those of you who have joined me in the membership program. And don't forget Gnarly Cat and everybody else who's in the family group in 2 weeks. And the portal, the link to the Zoom is there. If you haven't joined as a subscriber, please do so. Come back every week. Watch the replay. You joined late, Priya. Don't worry, you're going to get there. And look at the dating games guide. If any of you are dating and you're trying to avoid any of the typical manipulations or games, that's got everything in it for you. And if you want a consultation, even more so, you want to work with me personally, please do so. Check out SusanWinter.net. Everyone, I will see you next week, sending you all the fullest basket of love and happiness you could ever imagine. Thank you for giving me such love here. Gwyneth, Gnarly Cat, B, all my wonderful people, Ellie, everybody who comes back, Richie. Thank you all for being here for me, and I will see you next week. Nika and I say goodbye, and in the meantime, we're sending you smiles. Oh, wait, I got one more. Brian Pablo. Hi, Brian. Susan, I have a good friend who I have extremely good chemistry with. She's almost a potential, but our goals don't match since my family has already set me up. She knows about the plan. It's coming soon, and she's not taking it well. Brian, you have got to do what's right for you. We've had this discussion before. Thank you so much for this. You could saddle somebody with being a husband in an unhappy relationship, and they get the husband, and they get unhappy. So really search your heart, have honest and deep conversations with these two people, and let them know. And at the end of the day, make the choice that you think is sustainable. Anybody can get married under pressure, but they're not going to be happy and they're not going to be able to keep it. Anybody can do something that they think is duty. You know, in this time period, you've got to do what you know you can fulfill. That's part of the questions that I ask people in the a la carte and what they want. Like, what do you know you will be good at? You're going to choose the relationship where you know you can be good. In your case, I would definitely push that marriage off. That's a want. It's not a need. You got to deal with the other issue. That is a requirement. And you know what I'm talking about. Marriage is not the requirement there. It isn't. Maybe some financial investment and maintenance, okay? But not marriage. That's an option. It's not a requirement. And if you can find love someplace else, do it, okay? All right, everyone. Thank you so much. I'll see you next week. And remember, happy thoughts. Everybody look at this happy little girls playing with Nika. Nika was picked up probably about 15 times that day, like in all weird positions. She was such a good girl. My love to you all. Okay, am I missing? What is this? Has come out. Okay, thank you, everyone. See you next week. Mwah. Thank you.